My name is Jerl, and today I want to do a demonstration on how to do a Brooklyn on straight hair. This is my model, Tim. He's a fairly new client of mine, so I want to use him for this demonstration just to give you an outlook on how to do a blowout, a temple fade. Some people even call it a Brooklyn haircut on straight hair. And what I'm going to be using today is my detachable clippers, which is called the Quicksilver, made by WAHL Sterling. All right, I'm gonna be starting out with a number 3 blade, okay? Notice the width in between. I'm gonna use a number 3, and then I'm gonna fade down from a number 3 using my 1.5 blade, okay? With a 1.5, and you can see the size difference from the side, okay? Another clipper that I will be using is my Sterling BROVO, which is a detachable clipper. Comes with a battery pack that slides in and out. When I run out of power, I can always switch to my other battery, all right? It has a detachable blade. Right now, what I have on here is my cutting blade, my basic blade for it. And I will be demonstrating on how to use the special texturizing blade so that you add texture to the hair, similar to like using like thinning shears, okay? So first, my client name is Tim. He's been shampooed already, okay? As you can see, the hair is still kind of damp. So I want to give him a nice cut on the damp hair. I'm not gonna blow dry it or anything. I'm gonna just start cutting straight from here. All right, I'm starting out with my number 3. Now what I want to do, I want to start from the back. The object is to fade the back down, and on the sides here, I want to bring my sides in some to give it a nice Brooklyn cut. Okay, starting from the back. I want to come up using the front of my blade. I'm using the toe of the blade to knock out most of the bulk of the hair, okay? And I want to bring, and as I'm going up, I'm rolling from the toe right to the heel, okay? So that way I don't make a real hard line. I want to keep my lines as soft as possible so it's not so hard to blend out, okay? And that's my first step. Now I'm going to continue around to the side to do the same thing. From here, I want to knock the sides down, same way. It's going right up against the grain from the toe to the heel. Just working in this area here, staying right below where the hairline begins from here, all right? You don't want to go no higher than that. I want to stay right in between there. No higher than that, okay? I just want to keep a nice soft line, nothing too hard to make my job hard to blend out. I'm going to turn it to the opposite side. Same technique. I'm coming right in. Removing that bulk, toe to heel. Sort of like a rolling move. I'm going in and out, knocking that hair out. Keep in mind, you always want to have like a 1-2 rhythm. And off and comb that hair down. It's a 1-2 rhythm, okay? Now, I remove the bulk from each side and the back. Now what I want to do, I want to start blending that in from where I made my first line, a soft line. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my comb. I want to put my comb right up against the scalp and lean it out, okay? I'm bringing the comb all the way up. I want to bring the hair right to the end of the comb so I can cut that, coming from right here. The object is I'm going to slide my clippers right on across to remove that bulk. Coming right on up, removing the bulk. And as I go higher, notice what I'm going to do. From this point here, I'm going to start angling my comb up. So that way I don't make a straight line going across. So I'm taking my comb, angling right on up into the hair. Going right on up into that hair. sides. Okay. And as you can see, that's starting to blend right in. Very quick, very simple. You can see I can comb this hair down and see where my hair is starting to blend in. I still see a little bulk right in here, right in there. So you still want to take the end of your comb, bring it right on in. And knock that bulk right out. So right in here on the edges, I want to come up with it. Blend the edges for any hair that's hanging over. Blend that. And I want to do the same on the opposite side. I want to comb that down. Go right on up in here. All right, and right in here, the little bulk. Still want to remove that. Bringing that comb right on up. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing from here using my comb again. Bringing my comb right up. Sometimes you might want to bend that ear down and bring that comb right up in there. Okay? All this hair right here I want to take off so I can blend that. So I'm coming right on across, still with my number 3. And I'm just blending. Okay, I want to comb that down to make sure everything lays. Okay, you can see that coming in. I still see a little line right in there. So what I want to do now, I want to use a technique called notching since it's on the side. And notching is the object of using like the 2 corners of your blade. So I just want to use these 2, 3 corners of my clipper right in here to notch that hair. And that'll help remove any bulky hair without moving too much of it, just to blend that. Okay? There you see, that blends right in. Okay? And proceed to do the same thing to the opposite side. Here. Bring that ear down. I want to put my comb right up against the scalp. Hold it out, and all the hair that's hanging over right in here, you want to go across and cut. Bring it down. One more time. I'm going to tilt this head so I can really see what's going on here. Bring that hair right on up. Blend it down, comb. And once again, same technique that I used on the opposite side, I want to use my 2 corners of my blade and do the notching technique. So from here, I'm just notching that hair. Okay? You can see that blends right in. Now I can take the comb, and I want to comb all this hair down to make sure all my lines are blended out. And I see pretty much everything is blended out, but right behind the ear, as I comb down, I can see hair that's hanging over. All right, so what I want to do, I'm going to use this notching technique once again to go around the ears. Man, the toe of the clipper, the toe of the blade, right on the ear, the 2 corners to go around, just to notch that. Okay? And that'll remove that hair. Once again, just to double check and make sure everything is clean. Now I'm going to switch this blade while my clipper is running. I'm going to take off my number 3 while the clipper is running. And I want to go to my 1.5 blade. I went from a 3 to a 1.5. And basically why I went to a 1.5, because right in here I want to make that just a little closer, down lower. I already got it where I want it to be at, is blend it down, but I want to bring it in to highlight it a little more, to bring out more of a detail of the cut. And I'm just working on the temple area. Okay? Man, that clipper just letting the toe of the blade do the work, just the toe. And once again, I'm using just the 2 corners of the blade for the notching technique. You can notice how the hair goes from light to dark. Okay, that's the style that he's wearing. All right, now I want to go to the back. Bring your head down. All right, you see where that's faded in, but down low, use that 1.5 once again. Just down low to clean it up, make it a little closer down low. bring out the detail of the cut. Always keep that comb in your hand. All right. I like the way that's laying. All right. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna get rid of my detachable clippers so I could go straight to the top of his hair. What I'm gonna go to now is the BROVO. I'm gonna use my BROVO so I can freehand and do the top to make everything even. Then I'm gonna go into it using my BROVO with a texturizing blade. Right now I got my regular cutting blade. Okay, I'm gonna detach that right onto here. What I wanna do now, I'm gonna use my comb just to bring up the hair so I can trim the top to make everything even. By putting my comb in and lifting up, I want to go from here, trimming that hair, making everything even to that desired length. Going right on in, cutting that hair. Okay, I want to step to the opposite side from here, bringing that straight up. Just tapping that hair. Okay. Working my way onto the back on down to keep everything contoured with its head shape. And I'm just using that comb to trim everything, make sure all that hair is even. Now I want to turn my comb the opposite way so I can make sure everything is even by me standing in back, lifting up. I can stand in back or I can stand in front. Another technique you can use, if you're not comfortable with using just your comb, you can use your hand by just taking it from here and just trimming. Just like you would with a pair of shears. It's the same technique. What I'm doing here is like having a pair of shears with a motor in my hand. And I'm just going right over it. So there you have two different techniques that you can use when trimming like straight hair. Okay, and I'm just going right in, pulling it up, comb wise, and now I'm doing it freehand with my hand. Whatever is more comfortable or convenient for you is what you want to use.